episode of Auto Dealer Live is brought to you by TrueCar.
Access an exclusive audience of lower funnel car buyers through our network of over 500 affinity partners, including USAA, Sam's Club, and AAA. Close more sales in a cost-effective way. There's never been a better time to become a TrueCar certified dealer.
Live. Except for my ears. Are your ears working?
My ears are working.
My ears aren't working.
My ears are working. I was trying to get the show.
Yeah, baby. Hey, I don't need I got real ears. Hey, Auto Dealer Live. I'm Dave Villa.
Dave Cribbs.
Here, hey, you know what? I love that shirt, man. Come on, what is that?
Thank you. It's Dunder Mifflin. It's, The Office.
Yes. That's I knew I recognize it from
Come
somewhere,
on,
man.
Yeah.
Got his number. My ears
there.
are still not working, Lou. So what I'll do, Lou, is,
Blame Blaisdell right now. Blame Blaisdell.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna blame Lou because he's the producer of the show. There you go. My ears are on. All right. So we're here. We're live. It's 3:30. You know, things that don't operate the way they normally do. Some ways. Like I'm just gonna keep rambling until my ears work. Like I'm really honestly not paying attention to what I say until my ears started working. Now I'm here.
There you go. You're in.
What's up, brother?
What? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder Mifflin. It is.
What did I say?
You said Mifflin?
It's the office we aspire to have.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hey, you're live here, 3:30. Auto Dealer Live. Waiting for the we can't see David joke. You guys can't see me? I don't know. Oh, is that an office joke?
They've got a.
I don't know. You know what? I don't watch. I'm not gonna. What's up, Jay
don't
Lasco?
know.
What's up, Jordan Savage? Brett Anaya, Manny Lopez, Terrell Lake, Aaron Wool. What's up, guys? We're having a great time here this Thursday at 3:30. Man, I tell you what, Dave, I am so freaking pumped up and excited about today's show, man. I can't even see straight.
I don't know if I'm that excited, but I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited, brother.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Thank you.
So the sky's falling, man. That's
is.
what everybody's talking about. The automotive, the sky's falling, right? Things are happening.
It's on social media. It's on the news, and I think once reports come out, I mean we've got Sonic down third quarter. I think it was saying like 23% off. We've got. Let me find the other one here.
While you're looking for that too,
go
it's news, man. It's news. And look, here's the thing I want to throw out there, right? I mean, is it that way on the blacktop, right? Are you guys thinking that way, or are you thinking about the fact that what, man? Things are happening, things are moving and shaking. We're making things happen. I'd like to know how you feel. Is your personal sky falling at the dealership, or are you raising the bar? Come on. Right? I think that more millionaires are made. I know that for a fact. More millionaires are made. More people become successful in times of dipping. And I'd like to know what you think, our audience, about that. Right? This industry, where is this industry, man? Are you more excited today than you ever have been about the automotive industry? If so, why?
Yeah, and if you're up, we want to hear about that. We want to hear the stories and what you feel might be the difference maker and where you're at and what you're doing as far as being up. Yeah, I've got here, Dave, Ford post 37% earnings decline on China challenges, retreats on profit margin goal.
Right.
That was just looks like it was today. We've got Daimler Chrysler. Quarter 3 earnings fall 27%. Now they are blaming that on Germany slump, but
I like what Matt Koenig said, though. All these folks crying about a downturn are just creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Is it that we have just a lot of optimistic people on the panel, on the show, or is there a reason? Does optimism? It's like optimism. Sometimes people say optimism, causes. Optimism is you're optimistic because you're experiencing success, or others say optimistic believing and thinking and speaking leads to success. I like to think that both are right. I think optimism actually pushes and pulls, meaning that I'm optimistic, and so therefore I'm going to through being optimistic, through making things happen, through seeing things half full versus half empty, things are going to happen. And then also at the same time, I'm going to, based on that it's based on what I've been through in life. There's ups, there's downs, right? But you're still breathing. And, and I'm better off today than I was 15, 20 years ago. And I think I think they both make sense, don't they?
Yeah, no, I absolutely do. And I think, Matt has a point there with self-fulfilling prophecy. One of the things I think of when I think about where we're at today and having this conversation is we've talked over the last several years about about being in the heyday, right? Because we were on a high, we're on a roller coaster. I mean, sales were way up,
Right.
and we talked about all through that time. We've had shows that kind of wrapped around the idea of being prepared, just being prepared. Putting yourself in a position during this good time, so that if there is a drop in the overall market,
Right.
that then you're not impacted in the same way that a dealer who maybe isn't ready for that challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to know how much, and this is really this is the real skinny here too, because look, every time, these are OEMs, and large automotive news sources that report this type of news. And let's just face it, right? I mean, there's ratings and a lot of, eyeballs on news articles and things like that draw sponsorships. Nothing different than really, CNN or Fox News or any of those political news, sources. Sometimes you watch those and you go, you have an ideology, which we all do, and then you go, well, wait a second, I don't see any of that on my street,
Right.
And so I want to put out there but at the same time, Dave, a lot of times, when it comes to the automotive industry or any business, maybe there are sometimes too many stores out there. Maybe there are those that aren't adapting to some of the best practices and some of the things that are necessary to move forward. And maybe those are the ones that are suffering. And of course, that is part of the whole, the sum of the whole, right? When you have a choir of 10 and 3 can't sing, it's going to throw the choir off, right? Even if 7 are amazing. So my question would be, is it time for there to be a choir of 7? Because there's people that are taking care of customers, and then you have those who aren't doing what's necessary. Their business is dropping, where maybe some of the rock stars are rising, but they're the sum of the whole. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does make sense.
I wonder that.
Yeah, well, I think we see some of that going on in the marketplace now with these big organizations that are buying up stores. I think that has a lot to do with, there are not too many stores that are growing and overflowing and prospering, that are selling out more than likely.
Matt Koenig's preaching, by the way.
Yeah.
He said, boom, it's time to clear the chaff. You guys know what chaff is? Chaff is, right? Chaff is the wheat. You get wheat. Back in the old days, they take wheat, right? Now you just go to the store and you buy some bread. You know what I mean? Like you go, oh, you want whole wheat bread. It's in a bag. It's already been processed for you. The old days, okay, never mind. But the old days, right, they take, the wheat was a whole fruit, and they put it in a sifter, right? And they would shake it. They would shake it, and there was holes in the bottom of the sifter, which hence sifting. And the chaff would break off of the wheat, and the wheat would fall through the holes, so they can gather the wheat, and they would discard the chaff. So Matt's saying it's time to clear the chaff. That's a preacher terminology. Matt Koenig, former youth pastor there. Sean Hay says, yeah, I can't sing. Me either, Sean. You're not alone on that, brother. You and I would make a duet of an empty room. What's up, man?
I'm just going to Outback, by the way, to get my bread.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
But hey, we got a great show coming up. I mean, look at the rock stars on today's show. We got Ben St. Ars, Matt Raymond, Luke Holland, Rudy El Patron, Trevor Brooks, Michelle, Polly McLean. Wow, what a lineup!
What a lineup! Great show, man. I can't wait to get these rock stars on. This is who you came and tuned in to hear. These guys here, this gal here, and we also had Kristen Diller, Matt Raymond's dealer principal, was scheduled to be on with us, and about 30 minutes ago. She had to she couldn't be on, and then so Matt's going to be on by himself from that store. But so we had an extra guest on as well. But these are the people that you want to hear from, and we're going to ask this question, and we're going to talk about the industry as a whole. And look, I don't think anybody has it right, but I think that whenever you're in a situation where maybe numbers as a whole are dropping and decisions are being made by OEMs, right? And decisions are being made by market trends as a whole, you're impacted by those decisions. And with any time in business, I mean, over the years, it's really nothing different, Dave, than in any business. You're faced with a choice where you have to take what you've got, and then you got to make something out of it. So I want to talk to these movers and shakers who are making something out of it. And that's what this is going to be about today. So we're going to have an incredible interview. And hey, let's give some stuff away, Lou. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to give a whole bunch of stuff away. All we got to do, Dave, is share the show.
Share the show. Pretty easy, right? Share the show, like the show. and jump in, put your name in the hat for something amazing.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's give away a 90-day subscription to Auto Dealer University to a
come
salesperson. Dude, this is we're moving. We're selling this like
on
candy
fire.
bars.
It's on fire.
It is literally on fire on a daily basis. Dealers are being added to this platform as a group. We're going to give one salesperson. One lucky salesperson in 90 days free into the academy, no strings attached. You don't have to put your credit card in, nothing like that. You're going to get it for free, okay? And we're going to do that at the end of the show. We're also going to give away several books. We're going to give away a couple hats. So we're going to give away a bunch of stuff, all right? We're going to give away a bunch of gifts. So share the show. We will draw names out of the hat, and we're going to give those away here just a little bit.
And are we taking callers, Lou? Do our listeners have the opportunity to call in today? Call in 813-574-1820. It's on the screen. Yep. So you have an opportunity. We're going to have a great lineup, as we mentioned earlier, and it's a chance to not only ask Dave and I a question, but more importantly, our guests that are in the showrooms right now.
Yeah, we're going to be back in just 2 minutes. But here's what I'm going to do first. We're not going to necessarily a commercial break, but instead of a commercial, we actually interviewed. We had our marketing director here, Michael Oquendo, who interviewed Matt Lasco. Just a couple minute interview, but it's pretty cool about the power of training. And you're going to get a chance to just hear this. Don't go anywhere, because in just 2 minutes, we're coming right back. They're on the phone now. We have Ben St. Hours, the general manager of Valley Honda. We have Matt Raymond, BDC director of Team Auto Group. Luke Collins, sales consultant at Lithia CDJR. And Fiat at Bryan College Station. We have Rudy El Patron, the one and only general manager, managing partner at Brooklyn Mitsubishi. We have Trevor Brooks with Royalty Advertising, a consultant, and Michelle Polly McLean, CEO of Dealer Dash. You don't want to go anywhere, because we have a great panel. They're on. They're ready. Check out this interview, though, with Matt Lasco. What a good one, huh?
Yeah, great one. Take a look.
Hey guys, what's up? Real quick, we're getting ready to talk with Matt Lasco, VP over at Lasco Auto Group. We're going to be talking a little bit about Auto Dealer University and just having a real good discussion with him. Come check it out.
Good morning, this is Matt.
Hey, Mr. Matt Lasco, how are you? It's Mikey with IPD.
Good, Mikey. What's going on, pal?
You've done a lot of training yourself. You've interacted with a lot of different people who've done training. So I guess I just had a quick question for you about what, in your opinion, is different about Auto Dealer University that you've experienced so far compared to anything else you've ever done?
Well, I think that number one, the platform itself, as far as the sales rep, is very user-friendly. So that helps. It's simple, short, and sweet. In the car business, unless you're a new hire trainee, you don't have a lot of free time in your day, but we have a process where we get somebody to log in every day and get at least one class done, even my veterans, and they don't mind doing it because it's short enough to where they can get it done, get some great content, I should say, and then go back to their normal daily life and get some cars sold. So I also think that it's a unique way of putting more than one face on a platform. I've seen some of them where it's all the same trainer, and this gives an opportunity to get different views of the car business. I mean, to be honest, there's different markets, there's different tactics, different clients, and I think this tool is giving a lot of opportunity to learn different ways to reach people.
Do you see training as an expense or an investment? And if so, or why is that?
Yeah, we're definitely on the same page when it comes to looking at it as an investment. I mean, in simple math, simple numbers, where I think dealers miss it is, you spend a minute amount on training. Let's round it off. Let's say it's $1,000 you spend a month for a training platform. Well, if you either have a new hire that's greeted 10 people and missed out on 3 opportunities, in today's world, you've given up $6,000 in gross, and that's one person, not 18 of your salespeople. Or the sample that I use a ton to people is my veterans that take one of the particular courses that gave them a close that they may have known 5 years ago that they just forgot to use, and it keeps them fresh. So the same thing goes. My veteran is going to succeed better by using every tool that they've had, and we all need a refresher sometimes. So we really look at it as an investment. I mean, we train throughout every department in our company, and we feel like that it makes the staff stronger. We use it as a part of our hiring process. We explain to people that we do have ongoing training that they get to utilize, which gives us a competitive edge when you're trying to hire people. And I also think that it makes my staff survive If I make you good at your job, you'll make good income. If you make good income, you'll stay on my team. And we look at training as a way to be able to reach people that way.
Well, hey, I appreciate your time, and it's been really fantastic talking with you. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again soon.
My pleasure. Good luck to you guys down there.
Hey, welcome back to Auto Dealer Live, the show where dealers go. We've got a great lineup today. We're talking about the sky is falling, or is it? What does it look like at your dealership? Look, we just read off some of the reports from really international news on the car business and talking about numbers being down. We've seen some postings on Facebook, some interaction, and obviously if you're here and you're one of our listeners, we already know that you're a positive thinker. So we're going to think the same way, but there's a certain reality that we need to look at when it comes to economics and how to deal with those and how to not just be reactive but proactive in the auto industry. So without any further ado, let's go to our first guest, Ben St. Hours, General Manager at Valley Honda. And let me just ask you, Ben, there at Valley Honda, are you feeling any effects? Do you feel like the market is dropping, easing off? What does it look like in your area? And maybe also share with the listeners where you're located.
All right, good morning, or good afternoon. Can everybody hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes. Yep.
All right, great. Hey, first, I want to thank you guys very much for letting me be on your show. You know, I was super fortunate to meet both of you guys down in Orlando at the Hustle and Grind Con. And when I came back, I told my fiance, I was like, you know what, I really enjoyed going down there. Man, I met these two awesome guys. And more than anything, I'd love to be invited to be a guest on their show. And sure enough, I got a phone call yesterday, and of course I took it. And it was asking me to be on a guest on your show. So thank you guys so much. I'm honored to be on your show. I appreciate it.
Our pleasure, Ben.
So I'm the general manager of Valley Honda in Stanton, Virginia. We're part of Carter Myers Automotive. We've had as far as telling, or seeing if the sky is falling in the industry, we're in a fairly small town, but we're right in between two bigger cities. Mm-hmm. And we've had a very good year so far. We've been very fortunate. We've been our new car sales are up. Our certified pre-owned and our pre-owned cars are way up over last year, and we've had really good returns on everything that we've been selling. And it's an honor for me to be able to lead this team. We've got a phenomenal staff here, and we got a great group of people that we get to work with, and the community is phenomenal. We're with a community that really gives back, and it's kind of a little bit of a smaller town feel, a little small community, but we support the community, and the community really supports us as well. And it's good to have that connection with the community and the area that we work in. As far as the dealership, I'm always an optimistic person, and I've been really optimistic towards this year. And with everything that's going on, we're not showing any signs of anything slowing up or the sky falling. I would say that as far as we're concerned, it's been a great year, and we're going to keep it that way.
Come on.
We're adding to our team, and it's really looking good.
Awesome, Ben. First of all, man, if you guys listening can't sense the optimism coming out of Ben, and that is what is consistent with dealers that I hang with and I talk to on a regular basis. And that's why it's kind of perplexing when you hear, and I'll go to Matt Raymond for a second. Matt, when you hear sometimes the OEMs or some of these people, talk about this, I mean, what you're looking at basically is you're looking at Wall Street, you're looking at numbers, and you're looking at, real money maybe in their pockets or maybe markets changing. But I look at that here's what I think, Matt Raymond, and again, I mean, you have your own opinion, but I think the OEMs need to interview guys like Ben. You know what I mean? They need to sit down and they go, why do guys like Ben see it differently? Why do guys like Ben look forward to coming to work in the morning, and why do they not see it this way? And I think that it's not a car thing. It's a culture thing, right? It's a let's get it right thing. So Matt, let me ask you kind of that same question. You heard Ben's optimism. What are you seeing there at Team Auto Group? I know you have an incredible principal, as does Ben. With the Carter Automotive Group, and also Scott Simons, executive GM there. I mean, just great people. Matt, let me go to you. Let you weigh in on that as well.
Yeah, so, guys, we purchased a second store this year in Swansboro, North Carolina, to add to our current store that we already have in Salisbury. And about 30 days afterwards, they were hit with a hurricane, and so we had to have a lot of people overcome a lot of obstacles in this time frame. They are currently at the same pace as our Salisbury store. With a much higher show rate and closing rate, and it's really mindset. It's really coming down to mindset. Great team on both ends, but if we sit there and listen to, the Fox News reports, the CNN reports, or whoever it might be reports, all we're going to do is, put those negative thoughts into our heads. It's kind of that thing, you tell somebody they're sick over and over again, eventually they become sick. So if we think that we're in a bad and downturn economy over and over again, we're just going to become victims to it. We're going to think every lead that comes in is just somebody that was bored for the day, instead of working that lead like it's the last opportunity of the day and not giving up on it.
That's good stuff, Matt. It's good stuff. Real quick, go to Rudy. Rudy, man, you're blowing it up. I saw a report last month, I think top 5 dealer in the nation, Mitsubishi, man. Congratulations. And, you're in a tough market. Awesome job, man. And, but so you got other Mitsubishi dealers, that talk about the sky's falling. And, here you are going, not looking at what, the reasons why you can't. You're finding ways to make it happen. And so speak to the audience about the mindset that goes into, turning, chicken crap into chicken soup.
Listen, at the end of the day, right, there is a recession coming, guys, within 6 months. Whether we like it or not, it's going to happen, okay? I've been watching the market a lot. But I'm up right now, okay? We're going crazy this month. And you know what? It's year over year what I look at. And I came back from Con, like you said, and I just redid my entire advertising all over, upside down. I'm talking soup to nuts. And they're looking at me like, what? What are you talking about? We've been doing this the whole year. I said, we're changing everything because the industry's changing, you understand? So on top of that, we're doing social media, which we're crushing it with social media. And these guys are just not willing to put in the work and put in the time. There's customers everywhere. There's the buyers. There's a lot of buyers right now that, I want a 90% subprime market, and we're still pushing, my average is 80 Mitsubishis a month. And the big guys can't compete with that because we dominate the market. We spend the money, okay, but we also do it strategically. You understand? At the end of the day. So, yeah, some people say the sky is falling. I look at it as an opportunity, like you said. All right, what happened in 08, a bunch of millionaires were made.
That's right.
And whoever does strategic marketing right now, which is why I'm putting my own conference for that reason, because I want to show people the blueprint that you can be busy the entire year. You don't have to worry about, it's slow season, this and that. I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? So we've done a great job with the marketing right now, and we're just taking it to another level. So 2019, I can't wait. I got a new franchise coming in less than 30 days. So you get what I'm saying? So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds like it, man. I like this because this panel so far is getting me jacked up, man. Yeah. I want to go out and make something happen when the show's over. Dave,
I love that comment. There were a lot of millionaires made in 08.
There were. And so, look, what Rudy just said, what El Patron said, he said, look, there's going to be a recession. And that's the thing. You can't deny that there's ups and downs, but here's the deal. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it, Dave? And you know what? From the beginning of time, there's ups and downs, right?
Some of the best salespeople and the best business people get excited when there's a down because they do see the opportunity, right? It's like a whole new door opens up. Let's go real quick.
Buy low.
Let's take it to an individual level, and let's go over to Luke Holland, sales consultant at Lithia Chrysler Dodge Jeep. First of all, Luke, I'll ask you if you're feeling it there at your store, and then I'll also ask, is there anything on an individual level that you're proactively thinking about when it comes to addressing maybe a slower time or being more prepared as a salesperson and taking like maybe a responsibility that a dealer would take in the marketplace?
It's good.
Luke?
For having me, man. I was excited. Hey, guys, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right, man. Yeah. So I was super excited when Lou reached out to me yesterday. So thank you for having me on.
Yep.
You have to look at it. If an individual sales consultant looks at the market right now, basically they're going to see. Obviously you see it happening. It is happening. It's a little bit slower, but it's an overall mindset that each individual sales consultant has to have, and they have to have that mindset that that is their business. Each individual day they've got to go out and create the business. It's kind of like taking it back to if I was a sewing machine or a vacuum salesperson, right? And vacuum started going down. Am I going to hit Am I going to continue to hit 5 houses when I was selling 3, or am I going to try and go out and hit 10 houses today and hit 7, right? So that's kind of what has to happen. You have to have that. They have to have that individual energy. They've got to own what they're doing. They got to get out there, get that exposure, because the customers are out there. El Patron said it. The customers are out there, and we got to find them. We got to and we got to create that that. If they have a need, we've got the cure. So that's what has to happen. That's it. It's all enthusiasm. It's coming into work each day and doing what you got to do, and that comes from the top. I mean, if you have to have a dealership that's on the same page. If you've got that kind of that mixed mindset from the top down, you have a dealership that's all kind of broken up, right? Yeah. And you can see it over there. You can see it in Paris, Kentucky, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to come back to you in 1 second. Thank you very much, Luke. I want to get to Trevor really quick because I know he has to jump. If he's still on, I got a text that from Lou that he has a customer. Trevor, you're one of the inspirations, man. If some of these guys are saying we reached out yesterday because, listen, we don't know what we're going to talk about sometimes week to week because I want to know what's going on at the Pulse. And you wrote something that got my attention, when you were talking about this very subject. And I want to give you a chance before you have to jump, man, as someone who inspired me to talk about this today. You kind of give us your thoughts and maybe your input there before you have to jump.
Yeah, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Thanks for having me on. Love the show. Always watch it. I think the industry's cyclical in general. There's always the ebb and flow, whether it's new cars are strong, used cars are strong, and that kind of give and take, and then the recession. So like Rudy said, in the next 6 months or so, it's going to be a recession. How soft of a recession or how hard of a recession, nobody really knows. I mean, people can guess, but they're just making it up. But, interest rates are starting to climb. They've been historically low forever. They have to creep back up at some point in time. And so that'll affect it a little bit. But people still need cars.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going back to the colonial era. People aren't riding bicycles, commuting into work, unless you're in the city or whatnot. But the demand's going to be there. It's just customers are going to make slower, wiser decisions. And as a result, the winners are going to win. So all these guys, I love the positivity in the industry lately, with hustle and grind, with all these kind of guys, preaching, doing the right thing day in and day out. That's what's going to win.
Yeah.
Cream will rise to the top. The losers are going to lose. So this is the opportunity to bury the bad dealers. Yeah. And if you're doing all the right things, you're gonna explode.
I love it, Trevor. And Dave, let me kind of go to you before, just expand upon that a little bit. So, Trevor just said it, you're going to bury the bad dealers. And then somebody else commented, I think it was Clinton, said a comment on there that, if there's less customers, go out and find them. Don't let them find your competitor. And really from an advertising standpoint, and I know Trevor has an advertising mind as well. And El Patron mentioned marketing. It's really forcing the market in at its best, meaning that there are people out there and cars, are intriguing and the economy's up as a whole. The economy's up. Yeah. And so looking at those factors, the money's there and customers might be moving a little slower, but the reality is it's forcing the market. It's getting creative and finding out how to creatively reach out and take tomorrow's buyer and bring them in today. The car business has always been great at that. It's always been great at because someone's in the market, let's face it, right? When someone's in the car market, they're in the market, they're not in the market for one day. They're in the market for, a period of time. It's like they kind of know. It's like, okay, I kind of want a new car. I'd like to have one. They start to notice, right, that their car doesn't smell like that, that new car anymore, right?
Right.
Forcing the market, that means something, doesn't it?
It does mean something. We in almost any business, it's not unique to the car business, but it certainly applies here. We have an opportunity to retreat and slow things down. The first thing that happens is when sales are a little bit down, sometimes the budget gets a little tight. You start to lower the budget a little bit. Hey, this is a time to explore opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And I'm also going to say, on an individual level, as far as salespeople, the key thing here is that, in my opinion, over the years, and I've seen, the changes in the business, we have right now, and I don't know if people who have been a part of the auto industry just in the last couple of years really appreciate this, but we have an abundance of leads. I mean, we have so many ways to reach people now that we did not have in years past. And with the abundance of leads, I think what happens is we begin to they have less value to us. It's like, oh, that's not a good lead, or this is a good lead. The reality is all of those leads are good. If we can slow down, now's the time to slow down and focus more on the leads that you have, be more effective, get into that process and sharpen your skills process-wise so that you can make the most of every encounter. But it's definitely not a time to shrink back. It's a time to get creative because we just got to get in front of more people, but then also add the quality of interaction with them.
Yeah.
So sorry, I got on my little soapbox there. But let's go to Michelle Polly McLean. You've heard this conversation, Michelle. We want to get you in here. You've probably been biting your tongue, wanting to say several things. So I'm just kind of going to give you the open floor and do us a favor, Michelle, and weigh in and let us know your thoughts.
Awesome. Everybody hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All right, fantastic. Well, first, thanks for having me back on the show. You guys know I'm a huge supporter of Auto Dealer Live. I absolutely love you guys. The first thing I want to say is, guys, hands down, if you don't believe this, you need to get out of the industry because we are truthfully in the best damn industry in the world. And if you're not eating, breathing, and sleeping and being passionate about this industry, it's probably not going to be the right gift for you. But we truly are in the best industry in the world, and I believe that with all of my heart. That's why I've done it for 19 years. But what we need to do right now is we need to turn off the negative news network, and we need to tighten up our game. It's time to, improve your process. It's time to tighten up your culture. It's time to tighten up your ad budget, like you said, and get creative. I've said it before, the average dealership is spending per copy of about $450 per new customer walking through that door, whether they're closing them or not. And even the best salespeople in the world, those fresh floor leads are only closing 30 to 35, maybe 40% if you're really lucky. So I have an idea that I think would be phenomenal, and it's something that's worked for me. It's worked for my dealers in the past, and it's a very it's a very effective and inexpensive way that when we do go into these tougher times, that we can still target traffic and we can get not only back into our communities and get our name and our dealerships out there, but we can start targeting those customers who are in the market. Because even in a recession, guys, there's still people. There's plenty of people out there who still have lots of money to spend. So, I started working with some dealer groups, and even going back as far as my early days in the car business back in 2001, and really doing a reciprocity marketing program that works fantastically, whereby you're going out into the dealership and you're meeting and connecting with other local businesses, whether it's your local hardware store or your local salon or even a locally owned restaurant. And I would go in and I would make friends with those people who own those places and say, hey, I work down the street at this dealership. I'd love to give back to your business. Why don't we work out something? And getting away from the fact because I know somebody sure enough is going to come out and say, well, that's bird dogging, but it's really not. Going back to these places and saying, hey, hand out one of my cards. And I used to make up these really awesome little flyers. They would say things like, pamper yourself on me, or do your home improvements on me, buy any car from my dealership, and I'll give you a $100 gift card to go back and spend at the company that referred you. And it boosts the small business in a bad economy. It boosts your business in a bad economy or an economy that's slowing down.
Right.
And at the same time, everybody's still benefiting from it. And it's a very, effective way of doing things, and it costs you no more than a postcard to do it. And getting your time out there.
Yeah, it seems organic, and thank you for sharing that. And then I'm going to come back to you in just a minute and expound upon that. Let me shift gears. I know we have a couple callers. We're going to take a caller here in a second too. But let me go to Ben really quick, and then I'm going to let Ben, Matt, and everyone kind of weigh in on this. So in this time frame, I know they're always important, but how important then, Ben, are people right now then, more than ever? So let's say, we're optimistic, we're going for it, we're shooting for it. People are always important, but how much more important are the right people added and maybe the wrong people eliminated, or, when it comes to these times? I'll let you weigh in on that, Ben, talking about the right people at the right time.
Absolutely. Right now people people are more important now than ever before, in my opinion, and really holding on to people is so important, and training the people that we have. I know from the dealer that I have sold cars with in the past, and in the past, you know, it was hire as many salespeople as you can, flood the floor, try to hope the strong survive, and, you know, if they make it, they make it. If they don't, they don't. And we're taking a completely different mentality at all our Valley stores and of course in CMA, and it's really hire the right amount of people, and then spend as much time as you can really training and coaching as many people, you know, the people that you can as often as you can, and really building up the processes that you have. You know, for our customers to come in, it's so important that they see that we have that stability, and that we have the person that sold them their car is always going to be here to take care of them even after the sale. Service, parts, referrals, repeats, you know, always here, somebody to come in and talk to, you know, and then of course our process too. So with the training, we also want to train on the process, kind of like we were talking about, and really taking our customers through the road to the sale at the pace that they want to go, but we also want to do it efficiently and effectively. You know, time is really important to everybody, and you know, maximizing that time with the customers while they're here goes a long way. So as far as I'm concerned, people could never be more important than they are right now, but we've got to just make sure that we're training everybody as much as we possibly can. We never want to stop that. Most of my week I spend helping processes and training and spending time with the people and that work here, and I really focus on that. I mean, I love to help people out, and that's really my goal. My goal truly is to help as many people create whatever success is important to them and whatever success means to them, and I want to help everybody I possibly can get to that step.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Thank you, Ben. And Ryan Smith, Rhino, I know, works with you there, and said Ben's on fire. And you know what? Who wouldn't want Ben spend time with him, right? You know,
might have something to do with why he's in that position.
Yeah, Scott Simon's a pretty smart guy. That's a pretty smart cookie there, man. And so, you know, I mean, Cribbs. So I know we have a caller. We'll get to the caller because I mean we can keep going for a second. I want to get Matt and Luke and El Patron and everybody back in again, but you want to.
Yeah, let's go to Matt Raymond. And Matt, you want to go
to our caller?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to go to our caller first. Hang on.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. Are they still on, Luke? We have two callers. Bring them both on,
Okay,
right?
we've got a couple callers.
Let's just bring them both on.
Yeah, let's go to our callers. Who do we have on the line?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to go to our caller first. This is Matt. What's going on, guys?
Hey, Matt Koenig. How are you?
And who else?
Hey, I'm great. I'm stoked. I got a text saying, hey, call in. And I'm like, oh, good. I love this topic because Frank Lopes and I were just having it out about it yesterday.
Well, I saw your comment on Facebook here a minute ago where you said you respectfully disagree. Not time to cut back. I can't really recall it, but it was basically something I saw fly by on the screen. Weigh in on that a little bit, Matt.
Yeah, so I used to have a general manager in the group that I was with, and he said people are always stepping over dollars to pick up dimes. And the thing is, I've seen some successful people, and I love that Rudy said, you know, millionaires were made during the recession. Aaron Ziegler, the Harold Ziegler Auto Group, is a good example. In 2008, when everybody was going downhill, losing money, he amped up his ad spend. He went and called on those stores that were down, and he bought. That's how he bought BMW Overland Park. That's how he bought so many stores. Thing is, if when people are saying, well, now is the time to tighten up. No. That's so stupid. Here's the thing. You don't tighten up. You should always have your eye on your budget. You should always be investing your money wisely in good advertisers. But when a dealer goes, oh, man, you know what? We're about to be in a downturn. Let's pull money from Trader. Let's pull money from cars. You just pulled yourself out of millions of eyeballs, and you expect to sell more cars and make more money? It's just a simple math problem. Less eyeballs, less sales, less money, more stupidity. If you right now, when everybody else is pulling their budgets back, your money's going to go further, your reach is going to go further, you're going to get much better return. Right now, while everybody's pulling their money, I'd get on the phone call IBD. I'd be doing mail campaigns in every market where I see them pulling their ads.
I think that's very smart, very smart of you, Matt.
With direct mail.
That's very smart.
I would own every household, and I would go ham on every online place that I could. Facebook, Instagram. I would dominate in every market where they're pulling back their budget. That's the way you crush it like a rock star.
Like a rock star. We have another caller on as well. Who else do we have on? Do we have another caller? We have somebody else on the call? Hello? Who is it?
Yo.
Joe. Hey, Joe. Oh, it's Joe Calla? Joe Calla. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Joe Calla, not Ocala. Joe Calla. What's up, brother? My brother from another mother. You been listening?
Man.
You know, hey, actually, Matt just threw a softball up to you if you heard that, because he said that you shouldn't shrink back. You should be out in front of the eyeballs. Well, if it's not a marketing problem and you should be spending the money, then I guess it's only one other thing it could be, right?
Well, look, man, Ben crushed it when he said, you know, it's all about training and coaching your people up. And Matt Koenig just dropped some serious bombs too, man. That was so strong, Matt. That was good stuff. So if I could just expound on this one step further. First of all, what's up, David Cribbs and David Villa and Lou and everybody over there at IPD. Hope you guys are doing well today. This is great topics. The one thing that I really think is key is that, you know, you go back to the saying that everybody said, you know, you tell your salespeople, obviously, that, you know, this is like owning your own business. But let's just face it, salespeople, for the most part, most of them usually don't own their own business. So they don't know how to run a business. So I think what's important is that we train them how to run that business. And we make sure that we look into what it looks like on a daily basis for them going into their CRM, going into their follow-up, working the service drive, making sure that they see that their notifications are turned on when their customers are in the service drive so they can go over and say hello. So they can go ahead and maybe take the traditional way, because they let go of it because they're all digital now, and maybe go ahead and take the traditional way to do a handwritten card or a handwritten envelope and send it out to the customer whose lease is terminating in 8 months to try to get them in and see if you can, again, you know, do something and stay ahead of the curve, or even create that curve like we were talking about that one day, and just go ahead and create that curve. And, you know, look, nobody buys a car forever, regardless of whether there's up times or down times. I was in the business selling cars in 2008, 2009 also. So I understand. I get it. You know, that there's going to be sometimes slow times to deal with some dealers, but our store was crushing it during those times. And it's all about making sure that we maximize those opportunities, and that we go ahead and dig into and showing our people how to dig into their own personal pipeline, their own personal client base, and start digging and showing them how to follow up with them and then train them as well. So Ben hit it right on the head, and I like what Matt was saying too, man, with spending and look, we need to keep training our people.
It's good. Thank you, Joe.
Thanks so much, Joe. Great to hear from you again. And let's go over to Matt Raymond, and Matt, we'll have you weigh in now.
Hey guys, following up to a lot of great people and a lot of great things said, I think one of the biggest things here that we can get out of this is the fact that, you know, it's no matter what's going on, I think we forget and we get in this mindset of like, how do we market to these people and how do we do this, instead of thinking, hey, I'm a consumer, what would cause me to want to upgrade my vehicle? And just think, you know, like a customer would think, or because we are customers, I think we kind of overcomplicate things. And, you know, I mean, Matt mentioned a lot of great things about, you know, where people are tightening up their budget. I mean, listen, in a down economy, and I know it's not a car, but, you know, Kohl's still sends their coupons. You know, everybody still puts their coupons in your inbox. You know, you don't see any of those companies. You know, McDonald's doesn't go hang up, you know, big black signs over their, you know, advertisement saying, oh, maybe nobody's going to do fast food this week. You know, it's brand recognition and staying in front of people. And so, you know, maybe you keep the advertising up, but, you know, maybe you figure out a different way to be in front of people. You know, and so it's just thinking smarter. And that's what it's got to be.
Yeah, and you know what, man? I love to hear phones ring in the background too, man. It sounds like you guys have a lot going on there. And you know, Matt, well said. And you know, because a lot of times I realize, and El Patron, I'll go to you. I realize that it is really when the people who make it happen when others don't. It's not that it's like they delve into something that's so revelatory. It's like they just do the things that other people stop doing or aren't willing to do. And it's always been that way. I mean, you look at someone that's successful; they're just doing things that other people just refuse to do. I mean, would you? I mean, what do you think, El Patron?
You hit it right on the nose, right? Most people say, what is wrong with my store? What is it that I need to do? But sometimes you don't want to hear it just because the guy that you don't like, or, you know, I can't do what this guy does. Yes, you can do it. You know what I mean? We got to figure it out, right? We got to thrive. Right now we're doing, like Ben said, daily, training meetings. You understand? I'm putting it on social media. So I'm sharing everything that I'm doing with the whole world. So even the salesmen are engaged. Hey, you know what? I learned that pitch from your training videos. I'm doing that for because, you know what? We need to raise the bar and change the game, the negativity at the end of the day. And you know what? My dealer principal said, hey, let's up the budget. So that's why we're going to do better than everybody else. It's not just because we want to be the biggest, the baddest. No, we know what's coming, but we're getting prepared. We're getting trained. We're going to get the traffic, and we're going to sell a lot of freaking cars. And mind you, I'm selling Mitsubishis, okay? Right. I'm selling Mitsubishis. So we're going to have a record month this month from last year. So is it down? Is it up? We don't care. As long as Brooklyn Mitsubishi stays to the top, that's all. That's why I'm putting my conference together, so they can come see what it is that I do in marketing, because I got to figure it out. I will have a banging next 2-3 months. I'm telling you right now, and you guys will see the numbers.
I believe it.
I love what Matt said, too. Thank you so much, El Patron. I love what Matt said as well when he mentioned the comment about, think like a consumer. What would make you want to trade? And I'm going to go to Luke Holland with a quick question. When it comes to thinking like a consumer, I also think about, is your dealership, is it an environment that people want to come to? Does your store have a reputation of, I like going there type of place? Because most people, what is the stats, Dave? It's like go to the dentist to pull a tooth or go to a car dealer, right? But if we can reshape,
it doesn't look that way where Luke works.
Yeah,
what
right.
I mean? When you see things on social media, you see people covered up at every table, and it doesn't look like they're in pain.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if we can reshape the showroom into a place that's actually inviting for people to come, and the atmosphere and the culture, and then of course sharing that through social media is a great way to attract them. But how important is that, Luke? And give us your thoughts on that.
No, I mean, you guys were just asked me exactly what I was thinking about, and I was thinking back to, now I just came back over here to Lithia CJD, and there's some things that need to be done and could be done better as far as energy wise, and just as the customer walks through the door, how are they instantly feeling? I mean, that's the thing is when they come onto the lot or into the showroom, how are they feeling? And that was one thing that was just magical about Paris, Kentucky, and Dan Cummins, is that it didn't matter if we were if that at that given time we had sold 8 cars or we had sold 25 cars. You couldn't tell a difference other than bodies sitting at tables, right? The smiles were still there, the energy was still there, the outside the box thinking as far as putting up customers when they had bought and everybody clapping was still there. You had Sean Hayes running around and then moving chairs. So the energy, and it's everything. That is everything. That is it, because you want to be a part of that. And what's so important about that is that the sales consultants or salespeople that come on board with you sense that. If they don't have that, they don't want to be there. And if they don't want to be there, they're not going to start doing the things they need to do to generate and drive business into the store. So 100%, I mean, it's, and I've caught myself. I mean, obviously you get into a slump and you don't have that smile on your face. But if you do, if you think like you're talking on the radio every time you talk to a customer and you have that booming voice and you're just excited and they sense that when they come to the showroom, you can drive business.
That's awesome, man. Yep. And and so let's go to Michelle, and we're gonna get and then we'll come back and give each of you guys just a chance to just give a little short closing remark. And in a minute, El Patron, give us some details too on your conference. I want to make sure our audience knows what's going on with that. Michelle, you've listened to everything, and I'm gonna give you a chance just to weigh in. There's so many things we could ask, but you've heard everything. I'll let you pick.
So I just took 2 basic points away from what everybody just said, and everybody just made really, really relevant points. And as we are going into a time where things might slow down, I took away follow-up and training. And I think both of those are key elements in keeping customers happy and keeping them coming back. And I want to go back to what Joe Callis said about follow-up. Everybody knows my opinion on follow-up. It's where I live for. My personal brand slogan is putting the personal back in post-sale follow-up. And a lot of times we don't have the time to effectively do that. We're clicking through CRM checkboxes, and we're forgetting about that 3-month follow-up call or that 6-month follow-up call. We're not sending these elaborate, personalized follow-up cards like my company does for people.
Yeah.
We're sending out junk, and it's getting thrown in the bottom of trash bins. And I think follow-up is key. If you want to keep your customers coming back and sending you referrals and giving you repeat business, you have to follow up with your customers. And I don't care what the excuse is, there's no excuse for not following up. The second thing is training, and I think training is amazing. I have seen such a movement in the past year with training, the Hustle and Grind Conference, Rockstar, all of these amazing trainers who are coming out and doing lives and shows and things. And I think that it's important right now that we need to start empowering salespeople. All of these dealerships, even in these tough times, we still see them shelling out hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to send their salespeople to conferences to bring back relevant content. And these people come back so fired up from these conferences because they've heard so much great stuff and content from so many people. And they get back to the dealership with that excitement and that enthusiasm. And what happens? It gets squashed. They're not being able to implement those practices. The dealership doesn't want to change. And the reality is, guys, if we keep doing the same things, we're going to keep getting the same results. We are in a new time and a new era and a new season of auto sales. And we need to start empowering our salespeople a little more. If we're going to spend those big bucks to send them to these conferences, by God, we need to listen to them when they come back and start gradually implementing the changes and the things that we're learning at these conferences on how to better our sales process, better our follow-up, and better our dealerships all around.
Absolutely. We do have one more caller that called in. Do we have time for her to call? Lou, do we have time? Okay, so we have a caller in, and hey, this is Auto Dealer Live. I didn't get a chance to find out who was on the phone, so do we have a caller on?
What's going on? Yes, you do. This is Tony with Keys.
Come on. All right, man. First of all, man, congratulations, brother, on that on the song dropping, man. Amazing. And you've been listening to the show. Thanks for calling in. So go ahead and give us your comment or your question or whatever it is you have, man.
Absolutely. So a couple things. First, I've been hearing so much talk about this about the market changing, and it is. The market is changing, but Frank Lopes did a show on this just the other night on an article from CNBC about is the end coming to the automotive industry? Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. People are still driving cars. And people are buying, and maybe just not from you or right now, but people are buying, and people are going to continue to buy. But we have to, I think that mindset comes from a mindset of lack. And whenever we're looking at lack and we start holding on to our coins and start holding on to our pennies, the universe sees that. And it will take whatever was coming to you, it will take it away from you and send somebody else who's wide open, who's open to it. I made mention of the Bruce Lee method. This is the second thing, the Bruce Lee expand contract method. And Bruce Lee said that he's always moving. When his opponent expands, he contracts. And when his opponent contracts, he expands. And thinking about that, think about this market. It's easier to wrap your hands around something whenever it is contracted than it is whenever it's expanded. So at this point, it's time to blanket the market. It's time to put it out there, gain some attraction, gain some attention from people. Be out there, put your team out there. If you're a salesperson, put yourself out there and gain the attention of all these people who are going to be buying vehicles. This is a perfect time to dive into your training and all of those things. The things I've been hearing are perfect for a time whenever you feel like there's not a time of lack. Whenever there's a time of lack, it's really a time of abundance, and that's a mindset. And the world will manifest it whenever we believe it wholeheartedly, truly, unwavering. If we believe it, abundance is there.
So many nuggets. Thank you so much, Tony, for calling. So many nuggets off that, brother.
Yeah.
Dave, first of all, maybe people are buying cars, just maybe not from you. Right. And you know what? I love that. Maybe it's because Tony has the keys. I don't know. So you got to go see him. But
he's got the keys, man.
But so many nuggets. Thank you so much on that. And we're out of time, man. Let's give these guys a chance to close out. What do you say?
Let's do it. We're going to give each guest about 60 seconds. And thanks for all the guests that were on today. I know it's a lot. It's an hour show, and you only get a few opportunities to kind of weigh in. And we wish that it were different than that. We could stay here all day, but 60 seconds. Let's go to Ben St. Hours, GM at Valley Honda. Ben, are you still with us?
Hey, can you hear me? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
My phone went out for a second.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
so, all right. Well, one thing I'll say, in an economic recession, and I was a full-time car salesperson in the last economic recession, which, hopefully will be the worst one of my lifetime. But it really in the beginning, it really caught me in a bad spot because it was extremely hard, obviously, to sell cars. But one thing that I learned and what changed my life and really what saved my career as far as the car business was having the right mindset. And really it all comes down to the right mindset and being optimistic. Even in a recession, their opportunities can present themselves. And it really changed the person that I am, and it allowed me to really hustle a little bit more and push myself a little bit more. There was a long time during that recession where it was really hard to be successful, but being a full-time college student and selling cars at the same time, and I had to put myself through school, and I had bills and stuff that I had to pay. I had to stay focused and I had to stay committed, and I never gave up. And one thing you can't do is just you can't ever doubt yourself or doubt your abilities. So you want to stay positive, you want to stay confident, and you really just got to keep pushing forward, keep your head down, and keep pushing. When it really gets tough, that's when the tough really get going. And I wouldn't have the opportunity that I have now if it wasn't for what I learned and the opportunities I gained in a recession that taught me how to hustle and really how to push and to count on myself and really take care of the customer. At the end of the day, it's really going to come down to that. Take care of yourself, take care of your customers, stay optimistic, and keep pushing. And you're recession proof in that sense.
Boom.
So,
Mic drop, man. Impressed. Ultimately, very impressed, Ben. Thank you so much for coming on. Great comments. And let's go to Matt.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be on the show. Thank you.
Hey, our pleasure, man. Our pleasure. Let's go to Matt Raymond. Is Matt still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here, guys.
Hey, Matt. Give us your closing remarks, my friend.
Well, thanks again for just having me on the show. Obviously, I did the show from inside the BDC today, so it's been an adventure. Everybody says hello here, and
hey.
We're just excited about what we have coming on. We have 2 stores, and it's we've been bringing them together. They've overcome the hurricane, so 2 hurricanes this year. I'm sorry, and so a recession is just another bump, but it's not going to make us or break us. It's going to inspire us and to drive us to do our best.
Well said, my friend. We tell the team hello as well, and thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Luke Holland. Luke, just 60 seconds, final comments, and thank you for being on, man.
Hey, guys. Hey, yeah, so, I think that Ben said it right. It's all about your mindset. I think you take advantage of it is slower. So what you do is you fine-tune the small things. It's kind of like when you're having a slow month in the dealership, all the little small things get brought up. That's what you start doing with yourself individually from the top down. You fine-tune it. You get involved. You get out there, and you do exactly like what we're doing right now. You just learn from others, get that exposure. It's just like today. We're a little bit slower, but right after this, we're going to be doing big drone footage, right? So we're just going to get out in there and try to have some fun. I think that's have fun doing what you're doing. Get out there, get the customers, smile when you see them, and just love on people. That's all it is, man. Give free hugs.
Amen.
Get yourself a sign. Everybody at the dealership should get a sign saying free hugs, and you'd be fine.
Come on, man. Thank you so much. And Luke, and let's go to El Patron. Make sure, El Patron, you throw in any info you want on your conference, man, as well, and give us your closing remarks.
Well, like Michelle said, right? Sanders people, Brian Tracy, which I'm going to be speaking at his conference in November, right? 90% of population do not invest on themselves. They don't go to these conferences. I met you at the conference, right? David, you rocked the house, you know what I'm saying? You hit home, all those things that you said. You know what I mean? I took my number 1 salesman that sells 50 cars a month right now. He came back. I give trips away for them. He said, I don't want my trip. Take me to your conference, right, at the Hustle and Grind. He said, he came and he gave a speech. He said, my life has changed by going to this conference because the way that I think now is different. All these years, he's 42 years old, and I keep telling him he'll sell 100 cars. but we're not willing to send our guys, to better themselves. That's why we're doing the training. And a year ago, I invested $697 for this conference. And not only my income quadrupled, I have more time with my family. I have more discipline with my fitness. You get what I'm saying? It's all a mindset thing, and it's real. It's not like it's all facade. You know what I mean? So
right.
I'm funding my own conference because I'm willing to invest the money because I want to share it with everybody because it happened to me, and it's a beautiful thing that it happened. So I want everybody to come and learn from all those speakers that are going to be there. I have the #1 app in the world right now, Nexel, and he's going to be there. You know what I mean? So I want to share that because you know what? If you can make 25 El Patrons and dominate in your market, why not? You can do it too. So I want to share that with everybody. I want to speak to you. You might want to come to my conference and give a speech. You know what I'm saying? You and Shaka Dice, you guys killed it. And all the connections that I made over there with you guys, I made all of you guys over there. I was able to tell people, hey, press record, man. Don't worry about it. The same thing they told me a year ago. And now I give those people shouts and I private message them and say, keep doing those lives. I know you might think that you're messing up, but keep doing them, putting yourself out there, because how do you build a brand within the brand? That's really where the industry is going. How do you have the franchise, Mitsubishi, you have Brooklyn Mitsubishi, right? And then you have El Patron. So El Patron is building his own audience, and now I'm selling cars to these people because you have to be different than the competitors, bottom line. What are you giving the customer to come in and buy a car from you? Then the guy down the block. It can't be just about price, and I want to change that. So I want to give people the opportunity to come and learn it from the people that are doing it. So I'm going to have the top of the top, the best of the best, and I'm going to put it in my best conference. Even if it fails, I don't care. I'm still going to do it because it's in my heart that I want to share what happened to me a year ago, and I want everybody to know about it. And I'm telling you, if I change one person, I'm happy with that.
Come on, man.
And that's how I'm going to close.
Come on, baby.
Appreciate
That's good.
that.
Come on.
Appreciate that,
Love it.
Patron.
Love the heart. Love the passion.
All right.
Thank you, man.
I love you guys. I always love to be on the show. I never say no to Lou. I love Lou. I got to meet him. We took a picture. I even got a selfie with David. I'm going to share it today, Throwback Thursday.
Come on.
Awesome. It was so
I
so
look forward
great
to it, man.
So great
Many more,
to meet
many
you,
more,
El Patron.
brother.
So great to meet you there as well. So let's go to Michelle.
Yes.
Let's go to Michelle McLean. Michelle, felt bad earlier when you finished your comments. We had to go straight to a caller, but wow, it was amazing points. Amazing points that you made. So we got about 60 seconds. If you could give our audience your closing comments, that'd be great. Thank you, Michelle.
Absolutely. First of all, thanks again for having me back on the show. I absolutely love doing this show, and I'll never turn down the opportunity. Guys, here's the reality. We got through the 2008 recession. We've gotten through car vending machines. We're going to get through this. The key is to staying positive. It really is. And to stand out. You have to do something. Doing something is better than doing nothing. Try something new in your advertising, whether it's investing in somebody like my company who we do all post-care follow-up, and we can help you on that end, or it's just going out into your community and getting to know people. There's always a way to get new leads, and it doesn't have to mean spending more money. It can be about reallocating your current ad budget. And if you're doing something and you're standing out, you're trying to be unique within the industry, that's going to attract a new customer base to you. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, selling cars and making money. And we all are doing that. We're all happy. Again, I just want to reiterate, thanks again. This is the best industry in the world. It doesn't matter if it's going down, if it's going up. People had record months this year. And I think we're going to continue to see that trend, but we're also going to see the trend that the people who are doing things the right way, they're changing their cultures, they're changing their best practices, and they're really trying to speak to the customer. Those are the people that we're going to see that are going to succeed, and they're not going to be hit as badly by the recession. And the people that keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, those are the people I think that we're going to see that get hit the hardest. So thanks again for having me on the show. If anybody wants to reach out to me, they can reach me on social. You can also hit me on mydealerdash.com, and I'll be happy to help your dealership where we can through this recession together.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for being on the show today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. Great show, great panel, outstanding panel, man. What a lot of energy, a lot of content.
Yep. And it's not over yet because we still have something big to give away.
I don't know. We're giving away a bunch of stuff, so let's just do it, right?
Let's
what do you say?
it. Well,
so let's
what's the
do
first
this.
thing?
We'll give away. Let's just give away like 5 books. Let's give away. Let's give away. We got like 6 books. Let's give away. We'll give them their choice, Lou. All right. So Taria, we'll give them the choice. The first 6 we draw out, get a book, and then we're gonna give away. Let's give away. Let's give away like a couple of hats.
We announced we're giving away a subscription.
Yeah, we're going to give that away at the end. So
okay,
we'll give
cool.
away six books. We'll give away a couple hats, Lou, and then we'll give away the main prize of the Auto Dealer University 90-day for a salesperson. That's pretty cool, right? It's very cool.
It's very cool.
It's very cool. What do you think, man? You want to draw?
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
Shoot. Let's do it. Shoot, man. Shoot.
And the winner of the first
And
book.
the winner is.
Hey, man, listen, I'm glad we're on Facebook because if anybody wins, the books are awesome.
And this this would be for book, right?
This would be for book.
Oh, I know he's going to like this.
Who is it?
It's Mr. Matt Koenig.
Matt Koenig. Come on, Matt.
Gets a choice.
Matt Koenig gets a choice of a book. You want to write book on the back of?
Yes, I'll
All
make, I'll
so
make
I'm
a little note.
So I'm going to draw the second out of 6 books. Second winner of a book is, I just saw his comment today on something. Mr. B.G. Campbell. Mr. B.G. Campbell.
B.G. Campbell,
You
you're
get
a
the book
winner.
of your choice.
You've got a book, my friend.
Your
Go
draw,
ahead,
Dave. You want me to draw?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just
All
keep
right.
writing.
All right. All right.
Keep track of these.
All right. Third book, Edward Martinez. Come on down. You get a book on Auto Dealer Live.
Mr. Ed, you got it.
Mr. Ed. Come on, baby.
Edward Martinez.
You may not want to be called Mr. Ed.
Book of choice.
Huh? We need a Mike.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, Mike is such a supporter of ours, and he keeps putting his name in here forever and not winning anything.
Mike says, did he say anything? B.G. Campbell is Bambi.
It would be crazy if this was Mike Phillips. It'll look rigged if so, but Trevor Brooks.
Trevor Brooks.
One of our
good.
guests.
Number 4 out of the 6 books, Trevor Brooks gets a book. Trevor Brooks. Yeah, Trevor Brooks. And the next winner is Jordan Savage.
Jordan Savage.
Jordan Savage. Jordan Savage.
Come on, Jordan.
And that's we got
That's
one more
the end
book.
of the books, I
Yep.
think.
Well, no, we got one more.
All right.
Got one more. Doing 6
All right,
books.
6. Okay, we got one more. Go ahead.
You want to do it? All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Good night. I guess Kim. Charisse Matthews. Charisse Matthews gets a book. Boom.
Charisse.
I said Charisse.
Charisse.
Charisse Matthews. Let's give
Charisse.
away a couple hats. You guys like the hats? We got a ton of hats. We got some hats. Let's give away some hats. All right. You want to go ahead and draw?
Now it's time for hats.
Yeah, let's do a hat here. Robbie, R-O-B-I, Tria, R-O-B-I, Michelle Siffers, R-O-B-I, Robbie, Michelle Siffers, S-I-F-E-R-S, Robbie Michelle Siffers. She gets a hat of her choice there.
Hat. Awesome.
Boom. Ivan Velasquez.
Ivan Velasquez,
Come on,
another
baby.
winner.
Boom shakalaka. There's 2 hats.
2 hats.
You want to get Cool.
I feel like I'm doing like an inventory over here.
All right, so now we got to do 90 days. Is it now? Come on,
cross your fingers for Mike Phillips.
All right, this is 90 day. This is the winner of the 90-day free subscription, no strings attached to Auto Dealer University. You're going to get access to the whole platform for 90 days. Trust me, that's a great, great value. Who's going to get it?
Come on, Mike Phillips. Come on.
Is it first of all, is it a salesperson? Is it
right?
Yeah,
Ryan
man.
Smith.
Come on, Ryan Smith. Rhino, baby.
You got it, brother.
Ryan Smith is a winner of 90 days in ADU, baby, Auto Dealer University. I can't, you know what? He stayed in our house at Hustle and Grind, or we stayed in the same house as him. Let me tell you something. That guy's as cool as the other side of the pillow, man. Just an amazing
Cool
dude.
as the other side of the pillow.
Amazing dude.
Hey.
Mike, we tried.
Mike Phillips, man.
Indeed.
If you
We
were
tried,
to
Mike.
win a book, Mike, which one would you want? I think Mike has a couple of the books.
No, he's never won, man.
No, he has. He's bought a couple
never
books.
won.
in
He's
the
bought,
past.
but he's never won.
Yeah, I mean, but okay. All right, I'm trying to give the man something. You're like you're
I
blocking him. You're blocking him.
Mike, I apologize. I tried to block.
Book block.
Yeah, your hat blocking.
Hat block. Book block.
All right.
That's so funny. I mean, you're blocking a guy. Like, hey,
great
what
show.
book would you want? Oh no, man, he ain't got a book. He don't want a book. Mike Phillips. Oh man.
Hey, so today it was episode 346. So next week it'll be 347. The train
And you
continues
can
to roll.
and you can add. Right?
And I can add.
Or you or you know.
Oh,
that's
I'm,
not adding.
I
guess
am the
so.
man when it comes to adding one more additional number.
Look at Lou. Lou's thinking of all kinds of things he's laughing at right now. He like
That's
loses
right,
it.
That's right.
The Tria went out of here now. And she's
man.
like, oh my gosh.
Hey, I love my job. I love my job.
All right.
All right.
Dang, I tried to hit her.
Hey, Dave, so you getting something to Mike Phillips or what?
I don't know. I wanted Mike to come. Mike, you said branded.
Mike, are you still with us?
Mike,
If you're
do you
still
want
with us,
branded? Is that
come
what you're
on now.
saying? Hold on. He said
Oh,
branded.
yeah, he said branded. Yeah.
You want branded? Is that what you want,
Oh,
Mike?
yeah.
Just type in the word yes. If you want branded, Mike, we're going to send you the branded book. I'm going to sign it for you. He said yes. Or he said, I love you. I love you too. So I'm going to send you branded, man. Mike Phillips is amazing. He's an awesome dude.
Yes, he is.
Awesome.
Good man. All right. I think we're done.
We're done. Thank you to our amazing guests, to our amazing audience.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Dumble.
Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder
It's
Mifflin.
Dunder Mifflin.
I don't watch. I mean, I haven't watched Office. My kids watched it. But I didn't watch it. Well, it's so funny, man.
You said Dumble.
I was thinking of Harry Potter, Dumbledore.
You watch
I watch Harry Potter
You watch
now.
about 5 episodes, you'll be hooked.
Yeah. No,
All
I've
right.
watched it. I mean, I just haven't watched, All right, cool. Have a good week.